Yes, you're welcome to Education Today on CIA News Africa. Yes, CIA News Africa is a community-based television network that is bringing you so many programs, so many information, so many news and entertainment across Africa and the world. Today, we have our program, Education Today. Education Today is where we discuss the matters of education. Everything has to do with education. What are we learning? What are children learning? How are the teachers teaching? What are the responsibilities of the parents? What are the responsibilities of the teachers and even the children who are learners? What should be done? What should not be done? How would those things be done to make sure that our education system is in order? This is what we discuss on education today. Today, we have a special guest in our midst, a seasoned educator, a wonderful teacher, a very recognized and qualified teacher in Nigeria, Mrs. Amaka Ezokeke. We welcome you to this program. Thank you. So, we have this program, and our topic today is the negative effects of phones and social media on our children. Yes, this is a computer age, it's a digital age. We have phones and social media everywhere. Everyone is using phone, and so many children are trying to use phone too. They've been requesting, "Mom, Dad, please buy phone for me. I need to start using my phone. I need to start using phones." Now we are trying to discuss what are the negative impact, what are the negative effects of those phones if we give them to our children. We hand those phones over to our children. What could be the negative consequences? What could be the negative effects of the action if we do so? That is what we want to discuss today. Please, Ma, you can do justice to that. What do you think are the negative effects of phones and social media on our children? Thank you.
Phones and social media, they have negative impacts on our children, but we wouldn't say that they are bad, because anything that have advantage also has disadvantage. Phone itself is a gadget, it's a technology gadget that everybody is using, both the adults, both parents and youth. Now there are many things that phone does for us. There are many functions that the phone does for us. You use it to make call. You can be here in Nigeria and you connect to people outside, whether US, England, China, and so on and so forth. So it is mostly used for communication. Now, coming in terms of students, what they normally do with phone is for research concerning studies. They use it for research. But the problem we have at times is that most of our students, they go beyond that research. When the parents give their children mobile phone, they don't monitor what they are doing on those mobile phones, and that is where the problem lies. There are some students, let's say for example, ages between 15 to 20. If you ask them to follow you to the church for a night vigil, they will tell you, "Oh no, mommy, I can't do that. I can't stay awake up to that time." But you will notice that these students can stay up to 5 hours in the night pressing their phone, watching movies, watching other things like pornography. And at that time, their parents are no longer awake. So from there, they go into what you don't even know. Because initially, our youth will say that they are using their phone and their laptop to do scam people. And you see some students, they will tell you, "I want to have a phone. I want to have a phone." Why do you need a phone? Some of them that are craving for phone don't even actually know why they need that phone. Some of them is because of peer group influence. They think that all their friends are having phone, are using phone. So is it only me that will be left out? They will start pressurizing their parents to give them phone. And those parents, because they don't want the society to see their children that they are left behind, will go ahead and give those children that phone. One thing is to give a child a phone. Another one is to monitor what that child does with that phone. There are some parents that what they do with their phone is just to answer call. Some people will tell you if it passes answering call, I'm not into it. But when they give their children phone, they don't even know what those children are doing with those phones. The child can tell you, I want to use it and do research. They give us assignment. But when you go close to them, we see that they are not doing any educational research. They are using it to watch pornographic movie. They will go to that phone, download some apps that you don't even know, and learn some lot of things. So social media has been there before some of these children were born. And one of the problems we have in social media is some of the things we see in social media, they are not being controlled. Because I remember there was a time in Facebook when you post something that is not good, they will warn you, or maybe they will block your page. These days, when you open your phone, you notice that you'll be seeing posts from somebody that you don't even know. And some of these things, they affect our children. When they start going into social media, TikTok, and doing all sorts of things, and these days, Facebook is paying, everybody wants to make money. Some of them, they get this phone. You see where a student, somebody that was sent to school, maybe some of them that are in the high institution, they leave we are sent there to do because they want to make money. You see them, they will even agree to go naked, dancing and videoing themselves and be posting on the social media just to make money, because they now see that in our generation today, people don't even like to know the truth. When you post some things that are good, something that are educative, you will notice that people hardly like it or comment on it. But when you post something that you know that is not good for the eye, there was a time I opened my phone and I saw a husband and wife. They were even displaying nakedness on social media just because they know that when they post these things, people will like it, people will share, people will comment, and then they will be getting a lot of points and making money from it. So it's not that social media like Facebook and all these things that they are equally bad, but they can be controlled if we allow these children to go into social media. If we give them phone, let also monitor what they do with those phones.
Very wonderful. Thank you so much, madam, for doing justice to that. Thank you, because I know you've really discussed it in a way that everyone should learn something. Anyone who is following us will learn something from that. But based on what you just said right now, at what age is suitable, as what age is right for a child to be given a phone? Do you think it's okay for a child, for a student, for a learner to be given a phone? At what age or class?
I normally advise people to allow your child to finish secondary school before giving that child a phone. If a child is 17 or 18, any child that is under 18 is a minor. So if you allow your child to reach up to SS3 before giving that child phone, at least at that age, there is a kind of maturity in them. There are some things he can control within himself. You know, like children are normally moved by what they see. Whatever you are talking, whether you talk from today to tomorrow, they may easily forget it. But whatever a child sees, it registers in his or her memory, and it is very difficult to erase it. So when you give these children phone, unlike the televisions we have in our homes, some parents, they recharge it and they don't even monitor what these children are watching. When you leave the television on for them, you go on your business. These children, they will just put anything and be watching. I remember those days, there was this child, because he was watching television and he was watching African movie. and he saw where a woman was maltreating the maid to the extent that the woman used a hot iron on the maid. And because this child is still a kid, he didn't know that this is not real until one day nobody was at home and they decided to practice what they seen in the television. He put the iron on the socket and called the younger one and say, come, let me check whether what these people are showing us in television is real. When the iron is hot, he pressed it on his brother's stomach, and that is it. So because that boy is a child, he has not gotten the knowledge that this thing these people are doing is film trick. So when you give a child phone at a tender age, a lot of things will go wrong. A lot of movies that that child is not supposed to watch, he will be forced to watch it. But the problem we have, in our society today, some parents will think, do you want my child to be left out? When you be telling them, they say, no, everybody in our street, everybody in our yard. People today, you see people living their life for others. They are mostly concerned on what people will say and not what is right. When you get a phone for a child in primary school, what is that child doing with that phone? You can get a simple phone, this non-Android phone. Maybe you keep it in the house for the children. It may be a house phone that if you travel or you are not at home, you can use it to call them, to give them some message. And not getting an Android phone, giving to children. These days I see mothers, they buy phone, Android phone, and they give it to their babies. They will tell you, oh, if I give it to her, she will keep quiet. And from that age, you will see these children being addicted to that phone. Once you refuse to give the child the phone, the child will start crying. And the child will continue to cry until when you hand the phone back to him. So, left for me, the normal age is after SS3. So that by that time, that child is already an adult. And then there are some things he can handle, whatever he sees, because at that age, some of the things we see on social media are not true. Somebody will say, believe everything you see on social media to your own detriment. So, but at that age, he or she will be able to handle some of the information he sees on social media, unlike a child that is still under 16.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, this is still education today, and we have our guest, Mrs. Amaka Ezokeke, who is discussing with us, telling us what we should know, what we need to know, what parents should know. This is education today. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so that you can keep getting our messages, our information, our live teachings. Then, if you're watching us on social media, if you're watching us then if you're watching us on Facebook, do well to follow this page so that you keep getting our messages. So please, madam, how do parents, because so many parents will be wondering, so many parents will be thinking, they will be asking themselves, how would they or how are they going to monitor their children when they give them the phones? How are they going to monitor them to make sure that what they are using the phone for, it's not for what it was not meant for? Do you understand? So how do they monitor those children to make sure that the phones are efficiently and efficiently used for the purpose it was meant? Thank you.
Okay, these days, technology has gone very far. It's what we call tracking. There is an app you can install in your phone, and you can use it to monitor another person's phone. So we can make use of these things and once in a while go through their phones. You know, normally as a parent, child's upbringing or children's upbringing is not something we just do on our own strength. When you are training a child, God is always involved. There are some children that you give phone even at that age. they will still be a good child. But there are ones that will see that as an opportunity. And when it comes in terms of phone, there are a lot of things that we should be careful of. Some of we parents, we don't use our phone very well. For example, there are people that usually lie. You see somebody in his bedroom or in his sitting room and he got a call, and he will be telling the person that he's at Lagos. When we are doing these things, our children are watching us. They are watching us.